All right, y'all. So let's hop right into the comment section on the video that we were discussing about, do you believe in spanking or disciplining your kids? So we're gonna hop right into the comment section, and the first comment is by, and I pinned her name, is Keeping Up with the Joneses, baby. Yes, Keeping Up with the Joneses. Now some of y'all got quite a few comments, so I'm going to try to get to everybody. So we're going to start with Keeping Up with the Joneses first. And she says, and I can hear her talking just like that, because y'all know how Keeping Up with the Joneses talk, right? So this is what she says. And I'm going to sound like Keeping Up with the Joneses. I'm going to sound like her, all right? This is what she says. She says, when I tell you I've never had to bail none of my kids out of jail, when I tell you I never had to bail none of my kids out of jail, put them back in school, they came on with a diploma. They came out with a diploma, being on honor roll, and as an adult, my son owns his own company. Both of my girls are working in the hospital, and one of them is right now a supervisor. So I am proud of the way I raised my children. That's Keeping Up with the Joneses. Okay, thank you, Keeping Up with the Joneses. I hear you, baby. I'm proud of them too, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, she left a couple of comments, but that was the first one, okay? This is Brown Eyes. This is Brown Eyes' first comment. Brown Eyes had to come back, y'all, because she had to elaborate. So I guess she had to compose herself. So her first one is this. I want my brownie cookies. No, that's still Keeping Up with the Joneses. She said, I want my brownie cookies for one. I don't play, put my hands on. Okay, that's Keeping Up with the Joneses. All right, let's move on. Thank you so much, Keeping Up with the Joneses. Yeah, I got so many of them. Then my phone is cracked too, y'all. Okay, Sammy's 1212. She says, children can also see the personality of their parents. I want you to be a wise parent. Children these days are smart. Yes, they are. They're very smart. Then this is a new person to the channel, Loving Channel. She says, thanks for sharing this very helpful video. Greetings from Indonesia. Yeah. Thank you, sweetie. Welcome. Thank you. Bonds and Arts and Color says, beautiful. Thank you, sweetie, for coming by. Thank you so much. And then I don't know how to speak. I don't know. Is that Korean? I don't know. But she says, hi, good video. The scenery is wonderful. Like Beijing Treasure says, she's laughing. Hi, your show your face now. Too funny, because I showed my face at the end of the video. Okay, then she says, right, you're right, no back talk. That's right, no back talk. Then she says, what she can be talking about you. Oh no, girl. She's talking about when my mother had to slap my glasses off my face, y'all. She said, what she can't be talking back to you. Oh no, girl. Wow, that was a hard slap, girl. Show respect. Your mom was right. Yes, she was right, Beijing. She had every right to slap my glasses clean underneath the table, baby. All the way underneath the table. Then she said, yes, everyone's families are different. You're so right, sis. Black and white. You give away a lot of cookies, sis. You're right. I understand you. I did not let my son go and play with my... Wait a minute. I did not let my son go and play with children out where I live because the kids' mouths are very nasty. I don't blame you, sis. Yeah. You have to watch these kids out here. They cursing, saying some everything. So I don't blame you for that. Not letting your son go out there and play with them. That's right. Because they pick up bad habits. Let me turn this around right quick. I understand, honey. That's right. And I don't blame you, because if they was out there talking all crazy talk to, I wouldn't let little Chris go out there either. Sure wouldn't. All right. Okay. Limitless says, hey sis, hey Miss Emma, I definitely agree with discipline our children. I used to spank as I definitely agree with discipline your children. I used to spank as a last resort. Okay, I used to spank as a last resort myself. Kind of like you said, you talk to your granddaughter first. That's right, you talk to them first. Then she says, but if it's needed to be, if it's needed to be, if it's not needed to be, you don't have to spank them if you don't have to. Nobody wants to spank their children. You don't spank them when you really have to. If you don't really have to, don't spank them. That's right, sis. That's right. I agree with you. Soulful Queen says, I do believe in spanking a child and love, Sister Emma. Read these 4 scriptures. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. And that's a good one. 24. Whosoever spare the rod hates their children, but the ones who love their children is careful to discipline them. That's true. Proverbs 23 and 13, 14 and 13. Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die. That means if you spank them a little bit, they ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna kill them because you got to spank them a little bit. You're not gonna kill them. If you got to jack them up by the collar, you ain't gonna kill them. Okay, you helping them. Okay. Punish them with the rod and save them from death. That's true. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 15. Fools is bound up in the heart of a child, but the rod of discipline will drive it far away. All right, sis. Come on, preach to us up in this house. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 17. Discipline your child, and they will give you respect. They will bring you the delight you desire. That's so true. I believe that true. Thank you, sis. And that's by Soulful Queen. Y'all see these comments. If y'all if you got your phones out, y'all can read these comments along with me as I read them out, so you all will know who each person is. Okay. Kingdom Random says, so true. So true. They're not on our level. That's right. They're not on our level. Then he says, I do not have kids, but getting a spanking works my mom raising me correctly. The Bible speaks about training up a child and they will not depart. That's true. That's in the word too. And they will not depart. Honor your mother and your father. See, these are all good. Y'all, I'm telling you, baby, y'all be coming up in these comments, baby. Y'all got the word to back it up. You know, and you like the sister said, you only spank your kids when you really have to. And if you don't, that's fine. You put the word in them. You know, I put the word in Diana and Darian and Little Chris, but sometimes they still want to act up a little bit. So, you know, you got to yank them up by the collar. That's right, Random. Trent Night. I have to call him Night Child. And then I have a new subscriber, Greet Song. He says, nice video, my new friend. Thank you, sweetie, for coming by. Thank you. And this is somebody else that's new. Marion. Thank you for sharing. Very good video, friend. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you so much for coming by. And then your favorite besties. She has a couple. Let me read one of hers. Let's see. She says, oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna read 2 of them. She says, wow, so your mom heard you talking back. Yes, my mom heard me talking back. Then she says, you or whatever she calls you. That's right. At the age of 13, 14 years old, I know your mom was right. That's right, she was right. That's right, your parents are not your equal. I understand why she smacked you. That's right, sis. She had to smack because I wasn't her equal. That's right. But many years later, you understand why she took that action. Yes, I do, because I was being flipped with the mouth. Wasn't supposed to. So she had to set Sister Emma straight, baby. Then she says, I am with you, Emma. I do believe in the... She said, I'm with you, Emma. I do not believe in extreme violence with kids. My niece is 17 years old, and I can relate to those teenagers' attitude issues. My baby just made 14, and my son is 19. Now, this is your favorite besties, okay? My baby just turned 14, and my son is 19. Sometimes talking to them is an what is this? This is authority. Okay, tone. You have to take the authority tone. It's not fun, but before we are friends, it's not fun, but before we're friends, I'm here as mom, the mother, the parent. That's right. Before we can be friends and anything else, I'm the mother, I'm the parent first. That's right. This video is getting funny, but I do understand where you're coming from. That's right. She get what I'm saying. That's right. You have to, you know, be the parent. You know, some things you might not want to do, but you got to do what you got to do. That's right. All right. Now let me get to Sister D in the house. Sister D says, my mom was the same way, sis. I grew up washing the walls and the baseboards. That's right. That's how most of us grew up. I've never hit my grandkids, though, but they do not live with me. Best believe, this sounds like Sister D too. Best believe I've had to yell at them, though. Then she says, another great topic, sis, speak straight facts. And that's what it was all about, straight facts. Okay. I agree. Sis. Sometimes this is Sister D in the house. I agree, sis. Sometimes you have to jack the kids up to keep them in line. Period. That's right. You know I know how it is, child. That's right. You know I know how it is, child. We intend to raise our kids a little different. We teach them the reality of this cruel world out here. That's right, Sister D. Amen to that. That's right. And then New Orleans Gardner, she says, thanks for sharing, sis. Have a blessed evening. Thank you, sis. Thanks so much for coming by. Then Hanging with the Shoemaker, she says, hi, sis. Nice discussion. I give a spanking and the look. She said, I gave a spanking and the look. Now that they are teenagers, I give a look and they know mama don't play. Mama's not playing, honey. That's Sister, that's Hanging with the Shoemaker. Thank you so much, sis, for coming by. And then our sister Sapphire Relax Her, she says, none of our children were disrespectful. None of our children were disrespectful. None of our children were disrespectful. If they were, they would. She said none of our kids were disrespectful, but if they were, they wouldn't be here. All right. Then she says, because of my husband and I set up the tone in our home, we set up rules and regulations when it comes to our home and our children. I mean, in our home and with our kids. Invite them by them. If they do not, we did discipline them. And I was raised that way as well. We did not talk back to our parents or roll our eyes. Yeah, that's another one, honey. Rolling them eyes. Ooh, I can't stand that. Who do you think you're rolling your eyes at? Rolling our eyes. None of our children ever talk back to us. None of our children ever talk back to us. All of our children are young adults, married, and they still answer by saying yes ma'am and yes ma'am and no sir. You understand me if you do not put that in, how they are going to learn. Wait a minute. Understand me if you do not put, if you don't put that in them, how are you going to learn? Then they can teach their children what they have to learn coming up and is going on and on and on. But if you have not educated the parents having kids, back talk, you get a lot of chastisement. I guess that's what you're trying to say. And you get a lot of disrespect. That's right. You get a lot of disrespect from children talking back, trying to hit all of this stuff in and out of jail. None of our children were in jail. None of our grandchildren were in jail. Everybody went to college, and I am boasting, but you have to put that in them. You understand me? I understand what you're saying. So what she's saying is you got to raise your kids to respect you and love God, put the fear of God in them. Then that way, when they raise their kids, they can teach their kids the same thing. So I appreciate your comments, sis. Thank you so much, and I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. And then Sweet Sadie J says, hecky, she said heck to the yes. My parents physically correct us, and I thank them for that. My father put the fear of God in us just by looking at us. That's right. Like I said, some parents, you can just give them a look and they already know. The kids already know. My parents also say that they're not our friends, they are our parents. Great discussion, Emma. All right, sweetie. Thank you, Sweet Sadie J. Yeah, baby. That's right. All right. And now let me get to Brown now, because Brown has left a long message. Let me see where I am. I'm at 16 minutes. Okay. Wisconsin Greg says, hi, Emma. I cannot really say much about this topic because I've never had kids, but if I did, they would get a spanking if needed. Only if they need it. Most kids don't need it, but then there are some that do need it. Okay. All right. Reflection of Life says, Reflection of Life, she said, happy to see your lovely face at the end. Thank you, sis. Then she says, happy Wednesday, Emma. Well, I believe in whooping my children if need be. Yes, I do sometimes. They might lose some type of privilege. But I will not hesitate to lay a hand on them if I feel like that it is the discipline. But I will not hesitate to lay hands on them if I feel like that is the discipline that they deserve. Each parent chastise. That's what Sapphire was saying. The word was chastise. Okay, chastise their children, their child, children the way that they see fit. Chastise their children or children the way they see fit. I have whipped my children, but not before telling them what they were getting a whooping for. Now see, that's the way I do Diana and Daria when they was smaller. I talked to them first, but I really didn't have to whip them when they was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I didn't really have to do anything. Just talk to them and yell at them. They would straighten up. But it's just when they got in their teens, this is when I started having little problems with them. I had to jack them up, snatch them up by the collar. Okay. Okay, the way they see fit. I have whipped my children, but not before telling them what they were getting and whipping for. Proverbs, here it is again, the Bible, the scriptures. Proverbs 13:24 says, spare the rod, spoil the child. It's lazy. I'm running my sentences together, y'all. This is Reflection of Life. So she was giving you the chapter. Proverbs 13:24 says, spare the rod, spoil the child. Period. Okay. It's crazy because nowadays the law says you cannot whip your children, or you will go to jail. Yep, they sure do. What in the world did the law start telling people how to discipline their kids? That's like giving children permission to just do or say anything because they feel like all they really have to do is make a phone call. That's right, sis. I agree with you. She says not. She says I'm paying the bills and buying the food, what I say goes. If the parent keep letting their kids slide with everything, the kids will walk all over them. That's right, sis. I say let the discipline start at home, because if not, the streets will definitely discipline them. That's so true. God forbid. Awesome video, sis. Thank you, honey. Thank you, Reflection of Life. Thank you so much. All right, let me get to keeping up with the, not keep with the Jones. Let me get to Let me get to Brown Eyes on the book, because y'all got to hear what Brown has left a long comment. She said, hi sis, I'm here. I did have a whole page on this, but I'm going to have to rephrase some things I wrote. I'm going to have to rephrase some things I wrote, knowing people read the comments. I'll be back. So y'all, she left. Brown Ass left for the whole day. Brown Ass came back a day later with her next comment, y'all. Brown Ass is crazy. She be cracking me up. Okay. Let me find it, because I want y'all to hear what she says, okay? Let's see. Just hold on, y'all. Let me find it, because it's a lot. And you all got 3 and 4 comments. I really appreciate this. This makes my heart smile. It really does. Okay, here it is. This is Brown Eyes on the Budget. She say, hey sis, honestly, I have done both. From the age of 1, maybe sooner, I have taught my children do and do not. What happens when you do not listen, which is a spanking? I do not play. Parents are the first teachers. That's so true. If I do not teach them, then they will go out here and do things and get in trouble. That's true. Or worse, get killed. That's right. So many of our babies are being killed. That's true, Brown Eyes. So I set boundaries, and I have not had any problems. And they are teens now. Start early in teaching your children. Now, since teens, the only thing that gets me is that the last word. That's right. That's the thing that gets me too. The teenagers feel like they got to have the last word. I do not do the last word. I know that's right. So there is where the discipline comes in. And I usually just shut down Wi-Fi. That means, okay, the discipline comes where she take the electronics. She shut down the Wi-Fi. You can't get on your tablet. You can't get on the computer. Okay. Then she says, and that lets them know, keep that mouth shut. That's right. Other than my children are well-mannered. That's wonderful. That's good. Are well-mannered and very respectful to any and everyone. Mind you, I do not have bad children and teach. I do not have bad children and teach an adults. Anyone who knows my children, having nothing but positive things to say. That's wonderful. I hear you, Brown Eyes, and I can come back and I can back that up. And it is all because of the way I raise my children. They are all straight A students, been invited to the White House. Both of them have been picked for leadership roles, etc. So they are very intelligent. However, sometimes when these teenage years hit, they start testing. That's right. When they get teenagers, sometimes they test you. That's right. So when they start, I make sure they know who the parent are. God bless me with very humble, respectful, God-fearing children. Yes, my children love church and God, and I thank God daily for the blessings, for blessing me with obedient children. So that's my answer. Thank you, Brown Eyes on the Budget. Thank you, sweetie. So, you know, she's like all the rest of us. You know, sometimes you have to jack them up and let them know who's boss, what you ain't gonna stand for. You take the electronics and take the computers and everything from them. That's right. I agree with that. All right, y'all. I'm gonna read one more. I'm gonna read one more, and this is let's see. This is Love to Eat. Love to Eat says, I do not have kids, but I have my nephews, and we do not spank them, even though I think they need a good spanking. Then she starts 11. But my mom used to spank me and my siblings. Yet now that she has grandkids, she won't even let us yell at them. She said her mama and grandmother won't even let her yell at her nephews. Then Yankee Snacky, she says, such a beautiful scenery. Yes, I do believe in spanking children. downright whooping them is what I call it. Yep, we used to call it whoopings too. And then Jenny Acorn, she says, I remember before my dad spanked me when I was in elementary school because I did something wrong, like stealing money from my dad. But it's discipline for me before it's not abuse. That's right. Discipline and abuse is two totally different things. That's right, Jenny. Thank you so much. Okay, y'all. And the last one is going to be eBay. eBay said, well, I do not put my hands on anybody's kids, but I was raised old school. Belt, hand, pop, jack. He said, wait a minute, y'all, let me read this again. He said, well, I do not put my hands on anybody else's kids, but I was raised up old school. You got a belt, hand, pop, jacked up. Yeah, but my mom has since apologized, but hey, she was doing what she learned from her parents to each his own. But these bad kids nowadays fear nothing. But I do believe that but I do believe in a part of the issue. Parents do not put a healthy fear and respect in these kids. That's true. That's true. All right, you guys. So thank you guys so much for everybody's comment. And if I missed anybody, I'll come back to you on the next video and I'll read your comment. But thank you all. Thank you all so much for trying in on the discussion on discipline your kids. So thank you all so much. I'm gonna let y'all go because I'm at 24 minutes and I don't want to make this long, but I agree with everybody's comment. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So y'all, the next video you all are going to see is what is it called? Wealth. Yeah, how do you stay humble when you're wealthy and rich? Yeah, so look for that video to come out on the next following video. I can't remember because I already made it. I just got to put it up. So anyway, so thank you guys. Thank you to everybody for all the comments. I appreciate you. Feel free to go back and read some of the comments because I was kind of rushing because some of the comments were very, very long. And sometimes when I'm scrolling up, sometimes I skip a paragraph or a sentence, and I know it sounds kind of mumble jumble because I'm scrolling up and say I got to keep, you know how you put your finger down there and you kind of keep up with your reading like that. Yeah, like that. But anyway, so until next time, everybody, I'll see everybody on the next on the next comment section with them. All right, you guys. All right, thank you. Bye.